Hey Sam from 3D here. In today's video we are going to learn how to make 3D animation using reference from 2D video. At the end of this video you will get the idea on how to animate multiple characters, then how to use rigid body to create broken glass animation. Before then let me show you the final animation on what we are going to create today. So I have my light bulb and I have my slingshot here and my two characters. For this I use this plane to cover the bottom part of the character so that you focus on the upper part only. So here I just go to pose mode and rotate the root master bone to make the character face themselves to match the reference over there. For the character I have to make, for the pull target set to 1. We will get this here. We can use to rotate the elbow. So I'm going to set the first pose here. We select the hands and we can use the X-axis, then let's rotate it and put it on there. You can use the shoulder to also support the movement. Let's do the same for this hand. For this, it has to be on top of this guy. So, let me place the key to location, rotation, scale and the custom property, and I'm going to use auto key. So anytime I press I to insert key or I move the character part, it will automatically insert key pose. So our mind is to create looping animation. So we have to make sure the first keyframe is the same as the last key pose. So as the reference ends at frame 103, we have to end our key pose on frame 103 also. So we can go to frame 102 and then select all the red and hide to insert another pose. So everything that come in between will be loop. I'm going to place the sling inside the character hand. You can use join for grab and move it. So rotate it so that it can fit inside its hand. After this we can make the character hold it. So I'm going to select all of them and make sure you have your pivoting individual origins. Now we press S, it will scale all of them together. Now we can use X to rotate. Rotate it on X-axis. So it is perfect. So now there is the frame 1 and the same on frame 102. But before we continue, I'll make sure that I'll attach the slingshot to this hand. So I'm going to select this and go to constraint. I'm going to constrain and choose chart all. Now for the target, select the rig. So use the pick and select the rig. Now let's go to post and see the name. You see the name of this hand control, it's called Handic. L, so select the selection again, and you can search for Handic, L. Now you see it disappeared here. Let's set it to inverse. Now it will snap back to. So now we can use this one to move it and it will follow it on. So in frame 6, let's set another pose here. I'm going to use the pull target to bring the elbow down. And now I'm going to use the right hand to also attach this to hold. I have to make sure this is going to face where the ball is, so I have to rotate the arms, or I can rotate this to make it face. I have to use the elbow to set this rotation. So I'm going to select all these fingers. I'm going to scale this as. I'm going to use this to rotate it down, and I'm going to place this inside the hand. So let's check for our character and see if it is nice. See, now it's facing the above. Now let's press I. We need to select all the right hand eye, so insert key. So here, as you can see from here, the character seems rotating like that. So I'm going to rotate the torso back and the chest. Now let's see where we can insert another pose. So we stretch it. The stretch and unframe, unframe 12. So here I'm going to make the stretch. But before then, I'm going to use constraint for this guy. I'm going to select this and I'm going to add shadow. Select this. I'm going to select the rig. Now let's see the main move. This is F index 3. Search for it. So let's select. Search for index.r. Now click on set inverse. Now it will snap. It will stay on this character right here. So now let's give another pose here. I'm going to use the shoulder and rotate it like this, and for this one I'm going to raise small. Let me bring this up. Use the elbow to rotate it small. So we can add little hold on movement for the chest, like this. Now let's see where we can insert another key. So from way up from frame 12 to frame 28 before he released it. So on frame 27, I'm going to select everything with the NI to insert key again. So from here to here, we have the same pose. I'm going to add a little hold to it so that it may feel like it's still targeting this also. So on frame 27, I'm going to select this. Before he releases it, I'm going to insert key here. So influence set key for the influence and move one frame and set the influence to 0. Now we can stretch this to make it like he released it. Right before that I'm going to copy this and paste. I'm going to copy the frame 12 and paste it on frame 27 so that it will stay up on the hand before frame 27 is released. So let's select the character and insert another key here. So I'm going to move the frame 27 to, yes, on frame 27. Now here I'm going to release the hand. So Alt plus R so. With this selected, we can press Alt plus R to reset the rotation. Alt plus G, Alt plus X for this hand. We can make some small movements with this hand also, with the fingers. As you can see from our reference, the character is holding a pose from frame 29 to 46. Now I'm going to insert key on frame 46. Then copy frame 29 to frame 46 so that there will be no movement further from that frame. Because of from frame 50 to all here, there's only little movement. So I can select all the rig with and copy this last key. Ctrl plus C and Ctrl plus V. And we get this, and here you see the character is still moving. So I can make the character move back some more. And here, so that it can settle the motion. Now I'm going to select the rig again and copy this frame. This frame, 102, and I'm going to paste it on here. So Ctrl plus Z make sure it's highlighted this yellow color. Ctrl plus V to paste it. So let's come in between here and see what was going on. Now I'm going to preview the animation to frame 60. And now let's click on here and preview animation. So this is our preview, but it seems the animation look of dance movements and the body movements. So what I do is I just go in between and copy some keys and paste it and move something to create some space. And then I add some little adjustment to some of the parts. Because this is the reference you're using is just 2D, and 3D ought to add some mechanics or natural movement to it so that it don't look fake. But although we have to make sure that it's match the reference. So here's another preview after little adjustment it seems to bug. But you continue to add some little adjustments to it until it becomes better. Now here I continue to add small movements and copy some keyframes and deleting some of the keyframes to make it look quite good. So this is what I was just doing. Now this is our third preview. This match quite to the reference, so you can take it as good and let's continue to do the other character. and you can come back to this and do the other for the slingshot animation. So now let's go to this guy and let's go to pose mode again. So this guy also they have seen a high kick. All the hands in IK, but it has a rig, so let's change it from middle to S as it's elevated like this. And for this guy also, I'm going to make the pose. The hands, I'm going to make the pose target, so select the both and add pose. Let's insert key. He has opened his mouth, so I'm going to set small mouth open. I'm going to use this. This is the master drum. The master you can use to make this mouth shape. And you can scale it on x-axis to make shape like this. And insert key on frame 1. Now let's see where there is a big movement. Here you see the character is shocked. Let's do our next pose on frame 35. You see here the character back. So I'm going to select the torso control. And this right arm, I'm going to change to Cuba and then bring it down like this one. So for here, I'm just adding some keyframes in between and moving it to small, so that it'll match the reference. I'm not moving it any much. So we can put shift and select the transform and move it now. It'll move it in slow or small increment. Then you can just copy, placing some of the keyframe to make it match the reference. Now let's see where we are going to do another post. So like this, and it's rotated small. And I'm going to add simple movement here and there. Frame 51, so I'm going to insert another key here. to here the character stops moving. I'm going to insert another pause here. Move it slow, so we hold shift and rotate it with small increments. Now I'm going to make the eye blinking, so when the blinking starts from here. I'm going to insert key here, and then move one frame and close the eye. See, it will automatically insert key. And before you close it or open it, I'm going to insert key. And then here, I'm going to set back to 0. I'm going to do the same for this eye. So now I'm going to do the slingshot animation, so you see here anyway. You see it has overlap with the character face, as you can see from here. So I'm going to reposition it. So now let's see how we can fracture or crack this bulb. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set here to be the outline and set this to be the movie clip, and so that we'll see what is going on. Before I'll crack this bulb, I'm going to duplicate the bulb, and let me go to the bulb, and so let's name this bulb 1, and this, the duplicate one, is going to be bulb 2. I'm going to hide bulb 1, I'm going to hide it, and with the bulb 2 selected. I'm going to move this out from here, so I'm going to create a new collection, and name it fractal. I'm going to put the above 2 inside. Let me see, you see there's this, it has subdivision on. So I'm going to set it to 1. I'm going to apply the subdivision. Apply. Go to Edit, Preference, Add-on and search for Self-Fracture and enable the add-on. So in the F3 and search for Self. Give the collection name where all the broken glass will store. Now click OK to start the fracturing. So this is the original one, let me hide it. What I'm going to do is, now you can select any one of them and add rigid body to it. If you don't want to get confused, you can select the first broken one. So here I'm going to go to the physics and let's give it rigid body. Now when you play the animation, it starts falling down. Now I'm going to remove the dynamic from it. Now before the bulb break, I'm going to add keyframe to the dynamic on frame 27. Now move one frame to frame 28, then add another key to dynamic with make sure you mark it first. Now when you move your timeline to frame 1 and play the animation, you can get the object that falling from frame 28. Now go to the outliner and select all the broken part, then hold Ctrl, then select the one with rigid body last. Then go to Objects. Rigid body, then choose Copy from Active. This will copy the rigid body to all the selected ones. After that, go there again, then Calculate Mass. Choose Glass Broken. Now you see when play the animation, the broken glass is not falling. Here is how to fix them. Go to the outline, then select all the broken glass with the ONMA with rigid body with animation on it last. Then press Ctrl plus L, then choose Link Animation Data. Now when we start the animation, you will see the glass will start moving. Right now, any animation you will add to the first broken glass will be applied to them all. So select the first one, then go to Object Properties. Make sure you in Cycle Rendering. Then on Visibility. Before the glass start broken, uncap the rendering. And viewport, then insert key for both of them. Now move one frame, then mark both of them again, then insert key again. Now you see it appear from frame 28 going. I'm going to add turbulence force to them. You can increase the strength. you can go to the whirl and calculate for rigid body. Now go to the outline and select the bulb one, then go to object properties. Then make the visibility to appear from frame 1 to frame 27. After that, see now it working perfect. I'm going to add rigid body to this one, before I have to delete the baked catches. After that you all start falling down. Now add rigid body to it. Here I just add keyframe to the animated, and dynamic before and after the bulb start broken. I insert keyframe before and after I also insert key then reposition it. This will add momentum to the object after you uncag the animated from the rigid body. So here I insert key on frame 29 for the dynamic. And the animated then move one frame to 30, then uncag the animated and add keyframe again. From then the rigid body will take over using the initial movement as momentum. Play the animation and see. Now let's work on the cloak. All of them is one mesh, so we have to go to edit mode, then select it. And press P, then separate by selecting. Go to the transform and insert key on farm 1, then go the last frame rotated on y-axis 720 degrees. Go to your timeline and press T, then change it to linear. Now for the bulb scale, you can insert key before it appear, and after then scale it 0 to make it like it pop up. Now let's preview the animation and see. Now everything working quite good. You can continue to rework on it till you get your desired results. Thank you for watching. You can visit 3D.Design for more creative models. All the assets we use for this tutorial can be found on our website 3D.Design. As always, I hope this video was informative for you. If you want to be around like-minded people, check out our Discord at the description down below. Give us a like and a subscribe to feed the algorithm. And leave a comment on what should we talk about next. Bye!